everybody will be boring.
I've clicked live. So there's no need to be boring, John. You'll be alright. You can be normal if you want.
I don't know why this would be normal.
We're live.
Maybe just continue being yourself.
Yeah, that's the normal. Yeah, okay.
Right. Let's see if I can set these pictures up for you so you can see them. Discord. Share screen.
So that everybody smile. No, everybody say smile. We are live. No, nobody can see us.
Oh, nobody will be watching yet, John.
Smile for the radio.
But I can share my video so you can get a lot of stream. You know.
Go live. So I can go and show you guys the pictures, but I'm not too sure whether I can get them on the...
We have done that in a long time. You know what you should do.
What's that,
nothing
John?
new for you. Are you looking for what you should be doing? Do you know what you should be doing?
I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. What should I be doing, John?
Going live, you know.
I am live, John. We're live. We're just waiting for people to come and join, and then I'll go and show. I'll show the photos that I took today, and I particularly want to show flat side. I don't know whether we're getting the window on though.
Yeah, because I saw you posted things in Master B. That's what I was doing on FED today.
Yeah.
I'm at work when you guys are on.
No, this
you can actually see the mountains nicely behind there.
Yeah, it's not working. It's going to be alright for showing you guys, but whether I can double up onto the Discord and show myself, I suppose I'll try that.
And it's Blackpool.
So.
Yeah, Blackpool, yeah.
We call it Blackpool Swan now.
That's what they call it, yeah.
Full screen. Nice.
When you change your avatar on Google, right, doesn't it change here automatically? On Discord, or you got to change it?
You got to change it yourself on Discord.
Okay, thanks.
I'm busy with the video from I don't know if you've watched that Super Zoom channel on YouTube. It's a New Zealander guy who has a P1000 and 900 that he just takes for distance observations. He's got some awesome observation. This last one with a cargo ship and a lighthouse, which actually gives the same effect we're seeing here with Blackpool in front of the mountains, which is really cool.
Save some.
Every time I click to move it, it closes the stream.
I'm very interesting what's happening to the left of the photograph. You know why?
Because those lights shouldn't be seen.
Oh, therefore, yes. Maybe people have to know that.
Because if it was the curve, like they said, there wouldn't be any lights because you'd just be seeing mountain, nothing below the mountain.
Exactly. And we can also say in the time lapse there is different points. You cannot take anchor to distance to the mountains.
Yeah.
And say, oh, it's 300 feet too low or 3,000 or what the fuck they're saying. So we have the baseline also of the mountains.
Yeah, they don't understand everything is moving on the photos. Not just the mountain itself.
People have to
optical.
understand.
Yeah.
People have to understand that a BIF time lapse tells everything.
Yep. The Earth is alive, John. It's breathing.
Yeah, it might be breathing, but not in that. It's about frictions and defrictions and refractions. But yeah, everybody should know what it's about. And ranty of all.
Yeah.
It's like, I am a stripper. I am that. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like
He's
I said,
paid.
He was just acting to be a flat earther, or he was.
No, he was.
But he's paid. But he's paid now to be a glober.
Yeah,
He's just lying.
He's paid.
He's lying to himself very hard.
I just think he's angry against because I was against him. In the end, I said there's something wrong, and I said with Bob. Bob was the moderator on his channel, and I said, Bob, there's something wrong with Ranty. Maybe I have to think about it. Maybe you shall not be here. And say, Johnny, take it easy. No, now I can say, I told you so.
Who knows what really happens in a guy's head?
I can't get that stream running so we can see it on.
Why is it not happening? Are you trying to just increase the first photo? Because I can see the screen.
Yeah. I think I need to be able to get it so I can see it on.
Maybe stick it in Photoshop or something.
Let me see whether that works on. If I close that screen down, open that.
Bev, I don't understand what you're trying to do just now.
Pardon?
I don't understand what you're trying to do just now. What's happening?
I'm trying to put this the pictures that I've taken today onto the live stream as well as so I can show you guys on the YouTube.
Aha, okay.
Maybe open in a different program. It could be the program that's just kicking it out.
Yeah, it seems to be the Windows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe if you can open it, you got Photoshop. Or even try and Paint. Open in Paint, see if it's going to work. Because sometimes it's the program itself that kicks it out.
Open with. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it opens the photos thing. But yeah, that's just opening. It won't scan through the pictures, will it? If I open it in Paint, I want to be able to flick through them so you can see them. And I can
Otherwise,
have them
yeah, you got PowerPoint. You got PowerPoint,
on...
correct?
No, I'm not that good up to date.
Because then you could just stick it in.
It's Microsoft, you know.
Or what phone do you have?
He's using Apple, I think.
Have you got Apple? Have you got Keynote?
Wait a minute. If I share Discord and share a screen. Right, what can you guys see there?
Nothing. Yes, we can see. I can
Still
see
Still loading.
blue heaven
Blue sky.
and blue sky.
Yeah,
yes.
blue sky and clouds. But it's very low.
You see that?
The windows.
You changed the pictures.
Yeah, it changed, yeah, but your window's sitting very low. We can only see half the photo.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's showing your whole screen very low, yeah.
Oh, is that better? I can't see. I
It's even
can't see
lower.
what you guys can see.
Wait, let me take a screenshot quickly.
No, this isn't gonna work.
I'll quickly put in live chat for you. This is how it shows. Wait, that looks better now. You got it right.
I never did
Is it-
any experiments. I just looked at shit.
Is the tower there in the middle?
Yeah.
Blackpool Tower. Yeah.
You can try open it.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Why
just
does it
not
do now?
opening that window. All of a sudden.
That's weird.
Sorry, people, if you.
Calling the
if you
authorities
want to.
on you.
Very, very unprofessional of us, but we're not professionals anyway, so never mind.
No stress, Bev.
Rob, you can't be observing stuff.
There's some
be out there looking
amazing
at shit.
photos here. I just want to try and work out how to get them on the
The lighting is really good.
OBS.
The lighting is really good if I can see from here.
Yeah, the lighting is good.
Wow, you can even see the base of the shoreline.
Very good, yes.
Screen. It's got to be on one of these screens. See, that says photos. So I can show you guys the photos.
Yeah, we see it.
I just can't get it onto...
Was that the one you took today?
Yeah.
Bill, have you been drinking or something? Bill, have you been drinking
Tea. Yeah.
tea?
Tea.
I'm wondering what is the sort of tea?
Right. Oh, I can't even touch the screen, can I? Right, there you go. I'm going to have to keep flicking backwards and forwards through all of the photos. So, I'll go all the way back to the beginning. So when I went there, Flatoid,
Beware of flashing
Holy
images.
shit. I think I'm getting epilepsy.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, it's not good for everyone.
Look away.
yeah,
You're on, John.
They can't see it. So there's the first picture.
Beautiful.
Right, that was the last picture we took the other week when we went there and we did the nighttime shot. Probably one of the best shots.
But you said
We've
it's very
got off
cold at night.
Blackpool. You can see the mountains in the background, and there's it was like an hour and a bit past sunset. Right, so we go.
Yeah, you can still see the light in the cloud above,
I went there today.
which even disproves the sun going down on the curve.
It's like a pastel painting.
That's beautiful.
Well, yeah. So we were driving back from the shops, and we live inland quite a fair bit, but you know you can always see Blackpool Tower. But this time we could see the snow on the mountains because I always look to see if you can see any of the mountains or Blackpool Tower and how clear it is to see whether it's worth going and taking pictures or anything. Today there was snow there, and it was obvious that there was snow on the mountains. So we went. So this is literally as I got there, I parked in the car, got out of the car and took this picture freehand. So began the study. It was quite windy, and I was trying to find the position that guy was, right, within the camera as well, right, to take these shots. As you can see, there's a heavy mirror in there. That's not water in the picture. That is the mirroring across the from your low angle, or what we calling it, Flatside?
Sorry.
The
mirroring.
Yeah, the mirroring due to the low angle of
Yes, limited angle.
Yeah, limited.
Can you zoom it just a little bit?
No.
Okay.
Well, there's going to be other shots, but that isn't the idea of what we're doing here. It's to try and see this this band across there, right? Down. So I got out of the car and took these few.
It's quite low down there.
Doing that. Well, it's like literally I just got out of the car, and now to get out of the car you have to go up a couple of feet to be able to see Blackpool Tower.
Oh.
Right, so I just took a few pictures. I have to keep going through the windows, and it's nice, but
I like how you say that you took a few pictures, even though you gave me epilepsy going through all of your pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go all the way through all of those pictures again, slowly.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Is that a bird?
I need to see what a lot of pictures is.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of birds in the foreground when
I thought there was a shit on my screen.
I thought it was a pterodactyl. It's so big.
It is one of the things. It's for this camera for bird spotting, right? So when we were saying before with those lights that are across the way there, well, you can see in that shot.
There's the marker.
Yeah, and how far those mountains go across. Right, they go a long way back over there, and there's lights all the way along that you can see.
That big mountain is Skyfield Park, correct?
I don't know. They're just mountains to me. Other people really have got all the names of all of them, and
I have to zoom it in.
But other people have done that, haven't they, for the peak finders? I think some of them, when you look back at all of these, you can see which are the mountains further back because they are, they've got snow on them, and you know the mountains on in the foreground haven't. So you can see this one probably more than that other shot as to which ones they are.
But where is the tower not there? Is it not in the tower? Is it more to left? Is more right? Is more to left now, or it's a bit confusing.
Well, the tower's to the right now. This is the this is the headland. Well, the furthest land to the left that you can see. Now, people like to say that's Barrow. I don't particularly think that's Barrow. It's too far over to the left for me. That has got to be a you know, part of the mountain range further on, Blackcomb, or you know, possibly heading down to St. Bees on that left-hand side. Right, so this is where I was when I was taking those shots initially. That's the bin right at the side of the car park. So I'm stood there trying to give you an idea of where I am flatside. Mainly doing this for you, so you can see what's going on here. And that is the shot of Blackpool. I mean, that's quite nice. Look at the mirroring on that. No water.
And that's perfect mirroring.
And you can see
yes, it is.
Maybe see the peak of the mountain, but you can see on those mountains that you can see there in the background, you can see some white beyond, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah. That's further beyond, yeah.
Yeah, that's a different mountain. It's not just a little bit of snow on the top of that one mountain. That snow is on the different mountain ranges further beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to give you an idea now of, you know, this is elevation, not the particular line of sight that we're trying to do. Because I was trying to line it up later on, but you said you wanted certain different elevations, right? Yeah. So this is directly, it's on that lump at the side of the car park. Maybe a little bit higher than where the cars are parked, right? A couple of feet, if that.
Yeah, you see, the reason I wanted that is before this mirroring effect, you see that limited angle that's lifting up.
Well, there's a bit later on where we get rid of all of that. You know, I take you down to a layer where that, call it the horizon, but we get rid of all of that. It's quite good, really. Right, and
beautiful.
More shots of similar. I'm messing about with the different things because it's not, you know, not my camera. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm taking speed, shutter, and aperture. I'm just trying to take different sorts of pictures to see what we're doing.
You know, look off all that. Mountains are going on the left.
Getting the longer ranges, that, and you can see. No doubt, if you know, if you want any of these, we can zoom them in, and I'll get you better quality pictures. You know, I will also say you can use the clouds in the pictures like a reference to understand the perspective in the pictures. I think we can do that and use that because we are seeing the cloud, the behavior of the cloud, and also so the cloud is also reference to perspective. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, it can be.
But no, okay, you can't tell how big the cloud is or how far away it is, so you can't do any measurements to clouds.
No,
but let's just forget about that. Can you see that there?
Did you pan to the left here?
Yeah, I'm panning to the left and looking at the,
Okay.
particularly looking at what you call the horizon and the effect of the light has. So you can see there's a little dark band on the left-hand side. Now that's what you would call the water layer.
Yeah.
You know, that is the actual water, but it's obviously refracted above that and there's a mirroring above it. But as you pan round to the right, and that's the angle of the sun coming, it steps down and disappears.
Yeah.
You know, and it
the
keeps
mirroring.
doing that. It steps down, steps down, steps down. So it effectively looks lower at one side, but it's in steps, just like that, where you can see one band, and that band sort of narrows, and then it disappears.
Yeah, that's what you saw in that other video the other day with
Yeah.
time lapse.
Yeah, I quite like this. This is the sort of study I quite like doing when you're looking at it. So you can see the band there again. They're all like, there's loads of horizontal bands that appear in it, but they just step down and fade in and out of each other like an arrow edge that just sort of work into each other. I mean,
Hey, Flatsoid, wouldn't you say those are the angles of incident of light?
Yeah.
Those bands as horizontal reflection?
Yeah, it's just it's the light from the sky that's mirroring on the limited angle. Literally. It's also when he's going high elevation, he's just pushing that limited angle out further, and that's why you see the mirroring much further away. Because literally how the light is hitting the angle to your eyes.
I think this one here I've gone up a bit. Not much, but just a bit. Now, can you see the...
Yeah, I can
There's-
see by the grass.
There's a dark bit there, and then there's the bit beyond, the mountains beyond. So I would say this dark low bit here, that is Barrow. And all of these are what is beyond Barrow. Because Barrow's the bottom bit of the other side of Morecambe Bay. These mountains obviously aren't just the other side of Morecambe Bay. They're way on in the distance there.
Yeah, they're much
All the
further.
way into the Lake District. And you can see the little stone, the standing stone thing right on the edge there of Blackpool. And there's your thingy marker, channel marker. I think there's 2 or 3 of those out. You can see them going out. Bit of a zoom in one. You see, I'm trying to position the mountain. I think I'm getting the mountain in a slightly better position. Equate to.
Yeah.
Biff, you can change the contrast and level in
Yeah,
the photos.
other people can do that. Yep. But I'm not doing
if
that.
I'm
This is
looking-
raw images.
Yeah,
Okay.
if
We
I
can
look
we
at
can
this
go
image-
into that later if anybody wants
If
to
I
do
look
that.
if I look at this image, the mountain actually went lower there.
So you can see that's mirroring all the way across. But none of that's water.
No.
And see you can see these mountains here with snow on. They looked even clearer than the other mountains. And then we come a little bit closer. So I'm looking at the end of the pier, just a bit the way down. I'll go a bit closer to it later on. But you can see that. There's definitely no water there. And
There's no water there now.
that looks fantastic.
And we can see the tower almost in the middle of the pictures also.
Not
it's
bad.
true.
There's no water, but isn't that the thickest atmosphere or the air? The air, the water.
The wind is coming from the North Sea. Now, right out there is the biggest windmill farm, wind farm in the world, I think. as far as I heard. It was at one point in time. So all of that's getting churned up. The wind's blowing into that bit, and it's like a bit of a bay, and it's coming. So all of that is moisture rich, heavy,
Right.
heavy water air, I think I'll call it. And you can
It's
see it. It looks like it's rippling. It actually looks like it's water.
Yes, it's like a mirroring of water.
Yeah, now I suppose you could see it. You know, you can see it when you're looking.
But it's from the sky. It's mirroring.
So, hey Beth,
Mhm.
have you ever watched any of Brandon's show when that guy, I think his name's White's Word or something, does some stuff where he lets the cool air in
Yeah.
Like a warehouse? These are like two different scales of the exact same phenomenon to me, or very similar phenomenon.
Yeah, Skyfree does the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's who Rob thinks.
One large scale and one small scale. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
So that, yeah, this is that. There's people walking with the dog on the beach.
they're walking in the air.
Yeah.
In the air.
Not getting wet.
Walking through the curved water.
I thought that was quite a nice one as well. There's some good mirroring effect in that, isn't it? It's quite arty, like a watercolor. So now, what I'm at now is on the. I'm sort of lined up, found the position of the.
I pushed the wrong button. I was gonna say they're not drowning either. Those people walking.
I think I've found that position, and I'm now on the top. Well, not at the top, but on the trail, on the higher trail. Right, and I'm seeing that, and that band's there, and I'm looking. So what I do is I think I drop down soon, because I'm looking at this. Oh, this is a video. Let's see.
Guess what? Oh, everything's nominal.
You don't need to hear that, do you? So you can see that band and watch it disappear. It's gone. So where was the horizon, or where is the horizon? See, there's another marker. Way out.
Can I say something about the horizon?
Look, it's gone again.
Can I say that the horizon should be behind the mountains? Or it is the mountain?
No, the horizon is just there at the top of the mountains now, because it's the topographic.
Yeah, at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
That's the horizon.
Yeah.
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 Look at how it's changing there. You know, the height of it. If you were to say where's the height of where it is?
Do you see the it's how it's changing? I can say with the densities with the wind, changing the air currents, it's changing it up and down. See there?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like waves and ripples, just like water.
Yeah.
So the air being water rich is acting, I think, just like the water. The temperature changes and the heat and the all of that is affecting it vertically, making it move up and down.
There you go.
Look at that horizontal.
Yeah.
Look at that horizontal band of reflection. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, especially with those. Yeah. He's right with those mountains, and I mean, I'm glad Ranty's found that picture, because I would never have gone out today, after seeing the mountains, to take this picture. It wouldn't have happened. This is fantastic, and you can see that bit on the left-hand side there, There's the dark land, and then there's the other stuff beyond it. You know, those mountains are higher because the angle, you can see in it with more angles. You can see it clearer.
Yeah, you're seeing low mountains closer to you that don't have snow.
And you know what's awesome about that mirroring effect? You can see it's a 1-to-1 ratio mirror effect, so it shows it's actually a straight band, not a bending band.
Yeah,
So
right
straight
through the middle of
horizontal
that
line.
bank that Blackpool's sitting on. You know, that land mass there that's what, you know, cuts that zero elevation right across that band. That's where the mirrorings are taking effect, isn't it? On that horizontal line all the way across it. I think I did this. There's about 7 minutes of this, and I was deciding what I should do, but I was literally 2 or 3 foot, and as I've started recording it, I go down onto the actual trail. Right, you know, you'll have seen where the trail is. It's a little bit lower, and then I take some more pictures, and what I notice is that little band on the left-hand side, you just get rid of that completely, so it all turns into one mirror. And when you drop down, then you end up seeing the mountains mirrored without that brown band in the middle of it. So that's what happens with with this change in elevation of your camera height by 2 or 3 foot. You know, it doesn't need to be that much. And you lose more land.
That's why when somebody just zooms in, they're just magnifying that limited angle, and that's where they construed it as Earth curve. That's all they're doing.
That's exactly what. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's.
They're magnifying that.
You go on.
They're magnifying that impossible angle. It's like a 0 point where everything just vanishes.
There you go. See, what I've done now is I've just literally stepped off that bank 2 foot lower.
Yeah.
And
you see
all of that other land's disappeared. It's just woof.
Yeah, you see how it's raised that angle now. Brought it closer to you.
Yeah.
That limited angle. And that's why the Globers can't figure out if it's hump or drop.
Oh. I was obviously checking the camera. Yeah. It did look better than that, because I'm sure you could see the reflection of the, but it may be that the grass has took away from it.
And then look how it's got the grass on the right hand side. Looks like it's dipped down where those people are walking.
Yeah, you can see on the left hand side, the very left hand side of that picture, you can see the mountains mirrored. The white bit of the mountains.
I'm so glad you went out there. It was really great.
Well, what I do in a minute is I go up to find the position, because like I was sussing out at this time. It's like what you were after is the picture, because I think that mountain's in the right place there now. You know, that peak is about in the right place to the right hand side of Blackpool Tower. It's the closest that I've got it for that original picture. And he said he was walking along the trail. Well, that's where we are. I've done a few different pictures now and checked that out. And there's too much of that mirroring. You know, for it to be anything like his picture. That's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that guy just got it very lucky on that day. Get it so clear.
That one's a good one.
Wow.
Again, no water there. That's just all mirroring.
Yeah.
All of that.
Is that a person standing there? 2 people, correct?
Yeah.
Is someone trying to tell me those 2 people are as high as the 8-meter base of Blackwell Tower?
Yeah.
8-meter people.
Yeah, these are some good shots. I'm going to have to go through them properly.
Look how it's raised the mountains. Check there. The mountains are higher
Oh, this
now.
is a video.
But can you see the mountains have raised there? See there?
See, there's them people walking across.
Wow. Yeah, you see as it focuses on...
Yeah, I'm trying to focus in, trying to get the grass to, you know, it's hard to quite get it right, especially because all of that in the distance is all... Look, I'm looking at that now thinking, there's no way that guy's looked at that. I mean, even in the morning, you'd end up... Because that's cold, that's, you know, that's not warm.
Yeah, it's cold air.
Yeah, it's cold, and it's because there's that much moisture-rich air coming through the...
Yeah, and I mean, that cold air is much more dense.
Oh, another
going
video.
to pull the light downwards.
Yeah, definitely two different mountain ranges. I don't know where DP is, but I'm sure he said something about the mountains in the background being different mountains than what they were thinking.
Looks like they're floating.
Yeah, check out the heat haze, huh? Wow.
Yeah, check that bird flying over.
Yeah.
You see how it raised the bird above them when it came past. And he was probably flying straight. It totally raised above the people. That white bird.
Well, you see, you when we do get to see it. Oh, that's bloody quite a long video, this one. It was quite windy as well. You know, at this sort of time, I'm thinking, I don't know what you'd be able to tell for real, because the camera's getting quite buffeted, and you know, like you can see that you're already looking through a haze and having the camera wobbling at the same time as well.
You can see the hazes from the big start by the grass already. So the further you're looking through, the more haze you're looking through.
Yeah. It's like the whole
Just
image is wobbling
Tower.
about all over the place, isn't it?
I was just going to say that. Look at Blackpool Tower. It looks like it's waving back and forth.
Yeah. It's full of birds and stuff. So, yeah, well, let's carry on.
This to me was even better than Kevin Jackson's photo. It tells more of a story.
Well, I'll show you where we pin it down in a minute. I think, because you'll see when we do that move. That's the headland. That's what I'm more interested in.
Yeah.
That particular little piece of land there.
Mm-hmm.
Where you see that V shape, you know you have distortion right at that point.
If I can find out where that piece is, because I think that is the furthest land you can see. I mean, maybe some of those peaks of the mountains, but this bit here, if we can pinpoint that and find out where that is, then you will truly know how low we can see. You know, on a good day, if I can see St. Bees Lighthouse from here, then, you know, that'd be my
if you had
best.
A reference point. If you had a reference point, then you would know where it's going.
So you can see that little tiny band in the middle there.
Yeah.
That's where in the middle of there somewhere is the line that you're meant to be taking as the horizon. But you just see these little breaks of sand.
What's that dark smudge in the middle on the right
line
side?
This one.
Yeah, that line.
I think that's the channel marker.
Huh. You see how it looks like it's floating?
Yeah.
So how you can really know where the horizon is?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This band here is the those step downs that were occurring. Well, that's one of them. So it's somewhere in the middle of that. I mean, who knows whereabouts?
I don't think that people can see it.
No.
This not on the Discord, maybe on YouTube, but it's very, very. Yeah, now we can see the mountains back. Yeah, that's better.
You see, there has to be water on that edge there because it's always having that V shape upwards.
Yeah, it's
That's
always
exactly.
like that. Whenever you see the headland anywhere, it always has that beak to it.
Whenever you see the V, you know you have miraging.
Oh, that was interesting. There we have perspective also.
And still again, loads of pictures.
This piece is very, very interesting.
Right, now I start to move up.
Yeah, now you can see it more clear now.
Yeah, so this is, I think.
See how that marine's shrunk down? The one band. And now it's stretched the land more.
Yeah. Well, this is I've moved up now. I think this is actually at the position where
you started, I think, the first time you went. It's about there.
I don't know. I did move up to the top one. Let's see whether we can get there.
It's great that we have the snow on the mountains there. It's
in May
because therefore we have clear view, contrast.
It's definitely going to reflect the light and have more contrast depending on the light source angle.
What mountains is that? It has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something happening there.
Oh,
what's happening there? What?
Is that a windmill in the water there?
No, that'll be a channel marker. That
channel marker as well. See if you can figure out what channel marker that is. Then
everything is floating there. Floating.
See,
there's another channel marker.
You also have to be careful with the moving objects, Bev. Even channel markers that are floating, or especially like those wind turbines, you're going to get way different effects off of those if you would if something was just stationary like a building.
Yeah.
If you are moving so fast, yes.
See if you can figure out that channel marker and use it as a reference.
Yeah, it's
then
just
you'll
a
be able to
picture.
figure out the mountain. Yeah.
Like you can see loads. You can see the windmills behind. There's tons of them. There's just that much stuff when you look out there. I'm more interested in, the horizon. It goes from brown there, to water, and look at it rippling. But that isn't water.
Okay, stop there.
No, I can't.
Take a look there.
We'll analyze it properly at some other point.
How small the tower is, and the big mountain is a fucking big monster. And the tower in this shot was very, very small. So
it's a marker.
Yeah,
it's a different perspective.
And then
Yeah,
there's
it's a
the other one.
marker.
So I think there's 3 channel markers.
Just a marker in the water, I think, John.
Yeah,
What? I didn't hear.
just
It's a marker,
channel
yes.
marker. Yeah, channel marker. Yeah. See, yeah, it looks like that edge there by the train depot, or whatever, is sinking into the ground.
See what I find intriguing? You see those lower levels of bands? They're all like parallel lines, eh? It's like even Mother Nature. See how freaked out that looks?
Yeah.
That's the normal. No, that's the icy and
So this is me up at the taller height now, where
you're on the ground. You're just 6 feet.
no, not here.
So is this the tallest, the highest elevation?
Yeah, this is.
At the-
I think
okay.
this is where he was, in order to take that other shot.
Yeah. If I look at the
What is the observatory height there?
Early in the morning when he did his, I'm pretty sure.
But what is the height? You are on the ground.
I think you said the highest there was what, 6?
I'll show
meters?
you in a bit some of the heights that we were. But you see, like, all of that's gone now. There's no mirroring.
That's the same
see.
distance, just zoomed in.
That this is now this is me now. I've hit the height where I think he was. In order to get rid of all of the refraction that I could. You can still see some mirroring, but there's no false water, let's say, in it.
No, it isn't.
There is still mirroring right on the edge there. You know, you can see the mirroring there, and that false water is just
there.
around
Yes,
there.
yes. There,
Where your cursor was there in the white building, you can see the V. See the
Yeah.
V there to the right?
Yeah.
Go to the right a
Yeah,
bit.
there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where it starts.
And this is where the standing stones are. And you see the peak.
and to the right, of the tower, it also mirrors.
With that.
What is the to the right? There is mirroring. There's mirroring all over the place.
Yeah.
I think, Bev, you say it best when you say it's just a picture, right? It's just what we're observing at that moment in time, nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even what I was observing at that time, because see this dark band here that you can see there. I couldn't see that. You know,
yeah, it's what you're observing through your lens.
Yeah, it's what the lens is seeing. I can't see it. I'm just taking I'm pressing the button, adjusting stuff, just hoping that I'm going to come home with some good stuff.
Yeah, that's how I was trying to say. Your focus point changes your perspective.
Yes, absolutely. They are spot on.
But yeah, I was quite confident that I've hit the height where he was taking his picture. It looks right, and you see that right, at the bottom down here. These are people who are on the trail, so you can see how much higher I am.
Yeah.
Than them.
But also, if you look at the different markings of the different colors of the grass and sand, it looks about right to his photo as well.
Yeah, because he clipped all of this here across there, didn't he? Well, clipped that and
everything to the left also.
Yeah. But you can see there's one channel marker there, and you can see there's another one here.
Yeah, that's why I laugh That's why I laugh at Roof when he tries to count pixels.
Yeah. And then there's all of the mountains in the background. I mean, if this is Barrow, then what? This bit over here can't be Barrow. Also, Barrow's not that big. I was impressed anyway, because this is the first time I've ever took the camera out. I did better than I expected.
What
It's
camera
very
were-
interesting.
What camera were you using?
It's the P1000.
With the standard lens on.
Yeah.
Look how awesome that looks.
Yeah. See that?
Yeah, I think
that's cut down on all of the other stuff. I mean, that's definitely the height he was. I mean, look at that.
It has to be.
G. Tolan is using. He is getting very, very clear image and dark and everything. So, but he cannot zoom in like your camera can do.
You see all of those. Ooh. You see the windmills in the background there. There's tons of them.
No.
Oh, I know.
No, I can't.
They're very, very faint.
Yeah.
That looks like you're just looking at an ocean.
Yeah.
No, I can't see it in this.
I know.
You
Well, I
see, that's
wasn't
what I say, when
particularly showing you this. It's when I go over to the other side. When
Yeah, yes.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're going down lower, when you're going lower, you're just bringing that limited angle closer to you. That's how when you
What's
go higher,
that?
you're pushing that
What's
limited angle
that?
further out.
What is that?
That's an AT-AT.
Again?
It's an AT-AT.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what it is. Can you explain? Atat.
Yeah.
How do we explain it? It's a
It's an
little
attack
structure they
vehicle.
build so they can. Yeah. See all those windmills?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I see it.
How's that
And look
for
what's going with the
perspective?
perspective.
Yeah.
That's going with the perspective.
Now we're
See,
talking.
now that's what Ranty could be
Now we're
looking
talking.
at from Blackpool. He should be able to see all of those on a good day. And I think those are the windmills when I go down to the north coast of Wales and I can see them. I've got shots of them, I'm sure, on the other row, you know, looking at them perpendicularly in the opposite direction. So these ones here that I'm looking straight down at, I think we can go to the other side and look across at them. There's definitely lots of
But-
windmills out there, right?
Yeah, and you can see how difficult to go through the atmosphere. There's so thick layer you have to go through.
Yeah,
And
they're
everything is
churning it all
bending.
up. It's not just going across there, it's getting all of that wind's getting churned up. So it'd be extra thick, you know, that thick layer.
It's a very, very thick layer. Yes. And it's very, very far away. It's a fantastic car. It's unbelievable.
I think you must concentrate more on these wind turbines in the future as well.
Yeah, I like the wind turbines, but when you look at them, there's definitely magnification of them. Right? They're one of the strangest
for
things
sure.
to start looking at.
Yeah, especially if you see sometimes when they show the motor hubs, how they compress to the further.
I think it's a case closed radio. If you want to talk about the radius of the so-called globe, it's away. They have nothing yet. It's finito. And it's also thanks for technology like this camera that just show the reality.
They were the clearest mountains. They were.
But there we have the tower.
Stellar work, dude. Stellar work.
Yeah.
This is really awesome.
Right, and then I think
I
I'll show you where I was when we go on to Google Earth. That'll be much easier. I'll be able to show you that.
You know,
of course,
the size
of
of
course,
that
the tower
bird
is
nearly as
bigger
big as
because
the,
it's closer.
No. It's just huge. You don't know how angular size works.
We should know that.
It's
yes, we should.
and then I think I go to the end and.
Okay, there you have something. You have to study this clip.
Yeah, you can study it. I'll get you a picture for you to look at. Don't stare at it for too long. I've heard if you do over a certain amount of hours, you might start having delusions about curvature.
Yeah, I can change to Ranty.
No, that only happens when you start putting trigonometry. And then think the angle you're putting is correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can see the just little bits in the. That's all you can see. A little bit.
You see better than me. I see nothing there.
And you can see this bit here, flat side. That's
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
white
So
bit
that's
of
on
it,
the
so
map,
you
yeah.
know where that is, right? This is just me literally further back on the car park with the railings.
Yeah, because when I took all my measurements, I took it from just
yeah.
no, a bit backwards where that green patches in front of that.
Yeah.
They were around there. Yeah, I always took it from there.
Well, the first time we came, we were actually on there, and then we moved on to this bit of grass, slightly higher, a better view.
Yeah.
But I think you pinpointed its position quite well now.
Yeah, I will show you exactly where we were. Now this is me. I've moved now.
How you low?
I've gone up further up to closer to this on where I used to go taking shots and looking across. And it's
the tide is going over. Tide is going there over. Oh, that's right.
Look how flat that land is.
It's
when the tide's out.
Yeah.
And the tides will go over there. The water will go there over.
Very rarely will you see water in this bit of Southport.
So it's about the tides.
Oh yeah, sometimes when they have the big spring tide and they have a big fall tide, I think they have to close this beach off. The water comes right up, but it's very rare that happens.
Okay.
This is like, I don't know, maybe 1k further down the road, and I'm up at the side of. I've not actually gone down to the beach, so I'm just on the bank here, just giving you a shot of what it looks like from a little bit closer. But obviously the hills are all way out of line, right? So this isn't. He's not this far over.
Yeah. But the relationship of the mountain and the roller coaster have changed though. Just in this position.
Yeah, for that 1k. I mean, I think this, you're looking at it through this trough here, aren't you? You're looking at that through that trough, so you know.
Biff, I'm understanding the red. You see the tower there?
Yeah.
In this shot, you can see how small the tower is and how everything is big and behind it. You can see there is mountains there back. You can see how small it is, and if you really think the black pool and everything, everything is so big behind the towers, and the tower is very, very small. So it is about perspective. In the first shot we was talking about from Ranty, you are showing us a different perspective. But if you really in this
keep
shot,
saying Ranty, what's Ranty done?
He was talking, and everybody say thanks, Beef for the
pictures that Ranty didn't took. All Ranty did was got someone on Facebook.
Yeah, he did anything, but he had 1,000 pictures. But any pictures that is everybody talking about is the pictures he never took. It's irony. But I'm saying there is a lot of shots there that show the perspective, how small the tower is behind the mountains.
And look at the market
in the front of the mountain. In the front.
Yeah, look at the marker now towards the mountain, how the marker has grown.
Yeah, it's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Just to show smaller.
You can see that I'm lower down as well. Look how greyed out these mountains are. You know, like just that few extra feet up.
Huge
clears
difference.
the air, loads. Just those few extra angles, I think.
Yeah.
People have to understand that it's just about perspective. So the tower is very, very small in front of this fucking monster you're showing.
Oh yeah, you said that quite a few times.
This is awesome photo.
I just want to have people understand that.
I love this photo, Biff.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I think we must be getting close to the end here now. But you can see, because I've come down a bit, and also raised up a bit, you know, because we're at the side of, at the car park, you know, there's a drop down. I didn't really get much of a shot with where I was. But I can show you on Google Earth in a minute. I'll try and get the pictures sort of set up for you in an order, so you can see where the different heights were.
I think if you have to overlay a few of them, you'll find it quite interesting how those changed.
It's the mirroring that I was after, really, to get the clearer shot. Right, so that's the end of that. Oh shit.
Biff, have you some cloud or something so we can download these pictures?
Pardon?
Do you have a cloud or some account that where we can download?
I'll put them
like a Google.
I'll put them on a video. Yeah, I don't have a Google thing at the minute.
Google Drive. Okay. Hey, what's that bulldog doing in here on the skateboard?
The skateboard pictures is most of SE material.
Oh, look at Ali's put the markers up.
Yeah, I see. That's quite cool.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Ali. This is actually quite... Where did you get this information? Because I've struggled to find the marker information.
13 meters high. That's the bit at the top. Nice.
That gives you a good scale of...
That's why they look so huge from far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I bet they'd have to be marked as well in the channel, won't they?
If you can actually go to one of those markers and take a picture of Blackpool from there, I think it'll be quite interesting. But it's usually tied.
Yeah.
So you're gonna probably struggle.
If they're channel markers, they're going to have numbers and they're going to be red and green.
Yeah.
If they're just buoys marking, like sometimes people will just mark the channel with a buoy. It can be whatever, but if it's
buoy,
buoy, it's just a buoy.
Thanks, Eddie.
But channel markers are going to be at least have a plaque on them that are green or red, and then have a number. Gives you a location of how far down you are on the channel.
I like these pictures. It must be from Brasilia. Jesus is high there and say there's no curve here. But I love the fantasy of the people making. The hand us out. This is Jesus over Brazilian, and there's no curve here.
Wow.
Okay.
It's got on there in the plan of the entrance to the River Ribble. Have you seen that?
That was funny.
Oh yeah, that's where he got all the markers from.
You see, if anybody wants information about anything about Blackpool, actually, this is the place to be. If you've realized most information comes from there.
Yeah, everybody is happy in the Blackpool. Oh, we are on the map now. Everybody knows about Blackpool. All over, across the map. There's a new word. It's just over the map, not over the globe, not over the flat Earth, just over the map. So people are starting using in the news and everything. Sometimes people say they don't know what they will say because people can be angry if they say something wrong. So people are starting to use map.
Don, you don't just have to fill dead air constantly.
It's more in the conservative media. But it's more on the conservative media.
Right, here we go. Check this out. So this is where we were flat-side in order to take that shot.
Oh yeah, I saw this photo in Master B. Yeah.
So I was stood on the highest peak there, right on the top of that, as high as I could get, with that tripod that he's got there. But I couldn't have it extended 4 ways because the bit I needed to be on wasn't as big as what the legs would go, so I could only have it with the 3 prongs high. That's 3 prongs high, so it puts it at about
it's about 2.5, 3.
3 foot on top of that.
3 foot, yeah.
And that is the highest. You can't go any higher than that. So when that guy said he was out for a brisk walk with his camera and he just happened to freehand it, no, he didn't. He went to the highest thing to get that shot.
Biff, there's a big hole in the left of you there.
Pardon?
Also at that.
The highest there to left.
Also, one thing that did bother me with it as well, where he says he just held the camera. You know how steady you have to hold that camera to get that clear shot?
Yeah.
For that exposure. Especially in a wind environment.
Yeah, you know what he said? I held the camera horizontally, exclamation point.
Exactly. That's definitely on a tripod.
Well,
we don't have to talk
yeah,
about it.
he
I
wasn't
think
on the
all
trail.
all the
That isn't on the trail.
No,
Definitely not.
no, that's much higher.
I will not talk over you, but I will just say that all the photos that people have shown us today is showing different perspectives from all I can say from so many holes. So I think case closed.
I agree.
For me it is. I don't care what
Yeah.
you are thinking or somebody else is thinking. For me, it's case closed.
Definitely, Johnny.
Right. So
let's see if we can
Yeah,
get
because
this.
everything I've seen, I still say, how can you take a picture like this and say it's for a globe? It's just impossible. You can't put a tangent to anything we just saw.
it's obvious for me. All of these pictures from all perspectives, from all sides, in different locations, in different heights, and everything. Like we know more about Blackpool and all that the Blackpool know themselves just now.
Yeah. Yeah, it literally just changed the observation, and the focus points just changed everything. Changes your viewing angle, and that changes the whole picture.
Yeah. So, case closed.
Right, here we go. See if we can get this. This is the positions that we've been. I've just done those lines. I should have put an end point, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you did quite a few different.
The inside points, right? With the one on the... Let's start with the red one on the left.
Yeah.
That was when we went onto the beach and you seen the fella with the kids on the bikes doing the thing. That's at 0. But 0 is about halfway along from that car park to there. That's where you hit the 0. About at the end of where the brush land is, let's say.
Yeah.
That's 0, and you know and it goes up. So the one that's nearest the roundabout, that's the highest peak.
That's where you were now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one to the left of that was where we went the other day and did the nighttime time lapse. Because it was in the middle of a little break, slightly lower. So you can see the lad, just above the lad's head there, in that little thing above the blue car. In that little divot was where we had the camera set up looking across to do the nighttime shot.
Okay.
Slightly off, I noticed that the peak of the mountain didn't look quite right. And the other shots are the ones I've done today, in a row, with the tall one, and then the one slightly higher up where the yellow pin is, and then the last one was the one where I dropped down and we got rid of all of the land and it just turned into a mirage all the way round. Was actually, I think that's what is actually called the Velvet Trail. Because you can see there's 2 little paths running. One's a little bit higher than the other one. Well, I dropped down onto the lower one.
Who's this guy? Big Q.
It's
another troll.
It's Gambino, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, I think all the different elevations and spots you've taken really paint a big picture. It really shows a lot.
Well, all of those were in the in the line, I reckon, of where he took his shot from, somewhere along there. Now, he said he was walking along the road at the side. I don't think they've talked to him, to be honest.
No, because the information they're saying, it's on his Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Literally what he just says. So you can just take it with face value.
Well, I'd say he's gone to that car park. Being a photographer, he's found the highest place that he could, i.e. the top of that hill, and set up and took that picture. I mean, as you would, if you're a photographer, you want to take a nice picture. You find the highest elevation you can to get the most angles upon what you're looking at, set it up and take your shot. I mean, he might have free-handed it, but I mean, that's really fast. I mean, I did check that out and try and sort what the camera would do on auto and, you know, on the shutter speed and all of that. It seemed it was staying open for too long, and it was I was up there getting buffeted with a tripod.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's kind of unlikely that he just stood with his hand and got such a clear shot. Because the wind's so bad up there, I would think he would have more stability if you put on a tripod.
Well, I would say that if he's a professional photographer, or you know, and he didn't have a zoom, he had just a big lens. Well, that's a big lens that he's got fitted to that camera.
Yeah, sure, and it's heavy.
It'd be heavier than a P1000 at an extended zoom, I would imagine.
Yeah. But he's a astrophotographer.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually take landscapes. But yeah,
if you look at his Flickr, is it Flickr? Web gallery, he's got all these weird like CGI, Photoshop star things, and he's got that one image of Blackpool. Nothing else. Everything else is like nebulas and crap. Have you looked at that?
No, I've not looked at it.
Nah, but I heard he's an astrophotographer, that's all. Look.
Yeah.
It doesn't really interest me that much.
Nope.
I see the beautiful night sky, and that's about where I leave it.
I'll try and get a good one for you.
Well, I'll probably have to get to bed. So thanks, Bev. It was awesome seeing these photos.
No problem. I'll try and get them all as a series of, you know, 3 of them together, and then I'll see the different heights and see the different effects of the different heights.
That person with the orange bandana sticks out like a sore thumb.
Turban.
Yeah, he just put a beard on now. Yeah, he just has to put a beard there. Where's Kerry? There's your turban guy, Kerry.
Where's the turban guy?
There he is with the orange. Just put a beard on.
Yeah.
Oh
my God,
guy's
man.
a hit over on Brandon's. I just made his debut on the horizontal.
Oh God. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, then.
Is Brandon going live tonight? I don't want to be cutting in on him.
I think it is going live tonight.
I haven't actually checked the. Well, I've got a thanks, Bev, on the YouTube an hour ago. Hashtag thanks, Bev. The men who stare at pictures got a thanks, Bev. That's nice. I'll take that. Oh, see, somebody said that was a good idea. I don't even know what a good idea is. Mountains on the left are still lower than the tower. Wow. See, Jem's been back in again as well. That's good. The mountains are lower than the tower. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do you have to do to be able to sort that out?
Shit streaks in the distance.
Put a nug on a skateboard on the bridge. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. We need to sort the nug out.
That would be nice, yeah. It's only fitting. Rakia asked me to do it, but I don't have the skills for that.
Here you go, Bev.
We need a nug as a capture the flag.
Yep.
Where?
Here you go, Bev. I edited something for you.
Wow, it looks nice.
See how clear the mountains is in the back now?
Yeah, look at that. The dark bit.
That is Photoshop.
That's
because it has to be.
That's why I said if we can take your now you can see the marine line perfect. See there where the marine line starts. You can see it perfect.
Wow, you can see a lot of mountains to the left over there, really, really far.
Yeah.
Past that marker, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We can actually make some of your photos really clear if you wanted to. This is all that Jackson guy actually did. He took a nice clear photo and photoshopped it to make it look very clear.
Yeah,
Exactly
somebody
what I
was
just
telling us about stacking the images as well to clear it up even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Hey, so
Yeah,
what
I
are
think you
those?
got the right position.
Sorry, you guys have probably already covered it, but those they look like tripod things out in the distance there to the left.
That's markers. That's charter markers.
How far away are they from the location of the
Ali
observer?
put quite a few.
Yeah,
Ali put a few
Ali's put
information
the things in, the markers in. I don't know whether they'll be we'll be able to pinpoint them ish in the channel from coming out of the Ribble. Maybe be able to if all of the sandbanks are marked on Google Earth, may be able to position them at markers in the channel. But again, it's not something I do. I just take the pictures, or the lad takes the pictures. I just drive him there, tell him to point and shoot.
I'm just curious where those things are.
Leave other people
While
to
your son is very
analyse them.
talented. While your son is very talented.
Just got to go and feed the cat. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, cheers guys. Let's have a good evening. Chat tomorrow.
Yep.
See ya.
Is everybody like super quiet, or am I disconnected?
No, you're connected.
Check, check. Anybody there? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Super quiet.
Well, I'm quiet.
Yeah, it was. No one was talking. I couldn't tell if I was here or not.
Okay, I'm not quiet.
Yeah,
It's just the channel.
yeah. I'm still doing stuff, making noise, so I gotta mute for a minute, but I'll be back.
I'm back. That was, oh. Wait a minute.
Yeah, clearly he's gone for a bit, but he's going to be back. I don't know when. Probably not away for long.
Your last meme has already been debunked, Bev.
The meme?
Just want you to know.
My Discord's gone down. There you go.
Over at Brandon's.
How do they debunk it? They just said, I debunk the...
Oh. Discord's messing up.
Well, of course it's debunked. They haven't researched anything. They've just assumed.
My Discord's gone. Oh, there you go. Back on again. Sorry, anybody watching.
Oh, you're very quiet, Bev.
Am I? You're the first one
That's
to say
fine.
that might just be for you. So which meme has been debunked? I think they think
The one
they're
where
like
you drew the
citations or
skateboard on
something.
one side and the nug on the other one.
Oh, right. There's something wrong with that, is there? The double drop.
Oh, yeah, he posted a picture of a bridge, of a waterway. I think from Kowalski. Let me check. Yes, sir. Jesse Kozlowski. He posted a video. I didn't look at it, but I'm just saying.
Oh, is that WS or Chunky?
Yeah, it's WS. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him blocked. Nothing interesting comes out of that, guys. He can come over and have a chat if he wants to do it. If he wants to show Jesse Kozlowski's pictures. We're going to have to be going over that Jesse Kozlowski bridge. We might actually have to go over it. Not his bridge, his Half Mile Lake. We'll go over that video. It'll go along with the video I'm doing at the minute. Soundbite for it.
My name is Jeff.
Someone I know, she's working on a problem with the
My
moon
name is Jeff.
being in the wrong direction from where she is. She lives in New Zealand, and at a certain time, when she gets the direction of the moon, it's completely wrong, according to Earth, according to globe theory.
Has she got a compass?
Yeah, she's trying to set up more experiments. She needs someone in the northern hemisphere, so to speak, to be at the same latitude and compare results.
You know how to get a compass to work? I've got a...
What do you mean to work? They normally work when you buy them.
Yeah. Yeah, but in order to get it to work, what do you have to do for a...
Hold it horizontal.
There you go. Yeah. Perhaps you should tell her that if she's got a compass and she wants to use a compass.
Yeah, she wouldn't be holding it up like
use a compass.
I don't think it works like a phone.
What she's saying, according to the globe model, the moon should be in this direction, but no, it's completely opposite.
Ask her if the sun comes up the same side as the moon.
Yeah. Have you told her the globe model has no such thing as a tangent? So a horizontal plane is impossible on the globe model.
Yeah, she's not a glober, she's a flat earther.
Oh, well.
Maybe ask her to come in.
I'm going to speak to her. I'm always emailing her and stuff. So when she's done the experiment that she puts and feels satisfied with the results, I'll perhaps we can do that.
She's got an experiment measuring. A measure experiment.
Be interesting just to see what she is seeing, because she's just seeing reality, isn't she?
Yeah, reality is not the globe, and she's proved it.
With the moon?
Well, perhaps not the globe, but the so-called the moon going around the earth and all that stuff.
All right, well, keep us up to date with that one.
Yeah, I think what she's saying, because we're on a flat Earth, the moon.
Flat.
We're not on a flat Earth. No, it's a bit of a problem, that. Increasingly so.
Because where she is in the southern hemisphere, the moon is in the same place as if she was in the northern hemisphere.
Well, it goes on a southerly path, even though she's in the southern hemisphere.
I'm not. I'll have to have another look at it, but well, what? Okay, yeah. What we got to call it then? That is, up, down,
south, north or south. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, where she is in the south.
Yeah.
The moon appears the same place as someone in the north.
Well, it will do, won't it?
Direction-wise.
They're looking at the same moon. Oh, sorry, Bev. I didn't get to see. I saw a couple of your pictures you put up. It's quite, yeah.
Oh, nice. You like them?
I didn't get to hear everything you said because I was a bit tied up.
I got a thing here about magnetic declination or magnetic variation. Is the angle on the horizontal plane between magnetic north and true north.
Yeah.
Just on the horizontal plane.
Yeah, weird that, isn't it? 90 degrees. Perpendicular.
Talking about like east, west, or anything that curves those, you gotta imagine that you're going in every direction, right? How are you going north, right? If you're going in a circle, like you're
yeah, I heard you say that actually. Yeah, I thought that was good. Yeah,
it's so. I mean, it's just so crazy to like. Why does I don't know? Everything makes sense to me. I guess on like grids, right? Like if I'm 6 feet tall and 10,000 feet away, there's a 6 foot tall thing. Our heads are the same. There's just space in between us. I don't know. It just seems simple.
I think spot on with saying it a bit earlier on. When you go back to the first principles, which goes back to the word usage as well, true word usage, they don't lie. Most people just make their own minds up about what they think. Most of the things, when you look at what they're saying, like that one there, it tells you the magnetic variation is the variation on the horizontal plane between north and true north. Well, if you're on a horizontal plane, everyone's on the horizontal plane. There's no difference between.
Yeah, it's like it's the saying that something is the same elevation as you, but it's 5,000 miles under your feet, right? Like that's what they're saying. They're like, your head is 5 feet above the ground, and then 5,000 miles down, somebody else's head is 5 feet above the ground. And you're like, that is insane.
Yeah, you've got to hold it as a concept, haven't you?
I don't even know how you, how do you like...
You never experience it locally, obviously.
Well, I think that's where the cog disc comes in, right? Well, because of my upbringing or whatever, I don't have that cog disc. Never do. Never have. Most of the people that we talk to have already gone through a process. I think releasing the model is what you've got to do in order to not have this cog disc. Until you do release the model that you've been given, there's always going to be some sort of cognitive dissonance that occurs.
You're talking about like mentally you let go of it, right? Like don't see, like don't see the world as like, oh, the season's because of the ball, right? Like everything is like, it's like the flat. That's why I say with flat Earth, like think about how much stuff they still have in common, right? Like all of the fundamentals are still the same. Like you have to drop the model, like all of it, light, the photons, you got to drop the whole thing and start from scratch. But nobody wants to do that. They just flatten their knowledge, right?
I think everybody has a perception within the education system and within the teachers and the training of you, I'm saying, through the school system. You are trained to believe that other people are the ones that have done it. Now, you don't have to be that clever. They've already been that clever. So you can just trust that they're that clever. And once you know their knowledge, well, you become as clever as they were. Because they've done the work. You don't actually have to do it yourself. Pretty dangerous to be that way.
Well, if you went out like using your hands and learning and all that stuff, they were studying.
It's the experience, isn't it? Go back down to
practicality.
Yeah, the foundations. Get the experience, and then you will learn. I see that was another thing that I think you have to learn, is that some people who you imagine were clever, they aren't. And really, if you don't ever come into these sort of arenas and push yourself against these other people, I mean, you may imagine that they sound clever. And until you actually, I don't know, find yourself within an area where you learn a bit about yourself and you learn what you learn actually for yourself and experience it, then you learn that most people haven't really got a clue, especially within this arena that we are. The Globers, the ones that have never really experienced anything. And it's pretty sad that they think they can sit around on YouTube chats and Discord arenas and not ever actually have experienced it, but have read a book of somebody else who's wrote a story as though they might have experienced it. But you've got no knowledge of them actually experiencing anything.
But it's very religious like, right? Like Einstein's very much like a priest. The priest who he understands God. He can't explain God to you because you're just a retard, but he understands it. And if you just believe him and entrust in him, then we as humans can know God, but maybe not you per se, but other humans.
Yeah, more like is it Joseph Smith, was it? With his head in the bucket, with a blanket over his head. That's Einstein.
Yeah, he's got his head in a bucket with a towel over it, sniffing glue.
Yeah, I've just put in the live chat the thing about the moon, if anyone wants to read it and see if they can see what it's all about.
I don't know. I
Wow.
think the Sun and Moon app shouldn't really be took for anything. It is just it's a handy app to show where the sun and the moon is. I don't think it's meant to be like that, accurate like that.
What a simple meme could do. Bev, your last meme, WS is super triggered.
Yeah, it's their killer. It's a paradox. It like a paradox can't be sorted, and when it comes from well, it can be sorted because their paradox is hump or drop when the reality is right there in the picture. I think that's what does it for them.
And they can't see it. That's the killer. That's what kills me. That's what I love.
I think everyone can see it. That's what WS is so peed off about.
Yeah.
If WS had something to offer, it would come round and explain exactly how it works, but they can't. Observable reality.
Posting this video.
Which one? Is it a Jesse Kozlowski?
Jesse Kozlowski, he thinks that's the answer. That must be his God. I guess he prays to him.
Just copy the link for the video and post it over here for us, and we might have a go at it at some point.
Yeah, sure.
Bro, there was this kid on Facebook he posted a picture of Earth, and he's like, "Look, Earth," and I posted a picture of Bigfoot. I'm like, "Look, Bigfoot," right? So that is just like, then he gets all upset, and then he, and this is the thing where, like, he posted my home address, right? I'm like, look, if you're taking this so serious, right, like that you're going through the white pages to find my name, to find my home address so you can post it, and maybe some pathetic effort to get somebody to come to my house, like, what is going on in your head? What you can't, why are you so disconnected? It's crazy.
That's definitely a sickness.
Yeah, it's the Gem Panda effect, right? Like, they just get so angry because you're like, especially when you're just like, they're like, the Earth is a ball, and you're like, yeah, you could believe that, but I don't. And they're like, yeah, and then they want to talk about, well, tell me why the moon works, and I'm like, look, if you believe it works because it's floating around, good. I don't. That's it. And when you don't entertain it, they just like, they hate that more because it's like, you have to make my religion real by arguing with me about it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say you're in a religion and walk away.
And challenging their core beliefs. Wars have been fought over as little.
Was it Chunky, by any chance, that put your address?
No, it was the guy's name's Will Clark on Facebook. Of course, with a fake picture. None of them have that themselves. It's some fucking thing. I'm like, bro, do you think I care? Like, I video the front of my house, like, all the time, bro. Like, I don't care. You're not coming to my house. It's just, you're just showing your, like, sad, pathetic, this is how you deal with flat earthers. You can't whip out a truth bomb and just be like, there's no people all on the same plane. Like, you can't say that. It just sounds stupid, right? So you got to make fun of us. I can say there's nobody upside down under your feet because that is stupid. But you can't tell me all the normal things that a flat plane would, because you sound dumb. So you attack.
Here's the measurements for the curvature of the water level. Look. Come watch how water drops but stays the same level. Can't be done. That's the reason they don't ever give it us. It's not real. It doesn't exist. That's why they get triggered. But it's only the certain few people that get triggered, right? The hardcore. Most normal people, and I call normal people as in the people that aren't aware of this. I mean, the Globers like to tell you and think that they imagine that there's billions of people who think they live on a globe. I don't think they ever say no, they live on a globe.
And they think they would find it like the rumpus would. Most people would just be like, I think it is, yeah, I guess. Oh, it's not?
Well, I don't know. They would be like, oh, I don't know. Because there's nobody is an expert on this. There's no A-levels and degrees in Earth shape. It just doesn't exist. There's no experts on it. There's no Earth shape experts. Well, maybe there is. Maybe these all sit in Discord channels.
Right?
Yeah.
If you can measure a board to cut it, you can measure the Earth. It doesn't take any extra abilities to measure the ground than it does to measure, put up a shelf, leveling a shelf, cutting a board and putting it up and making sure it's not crooked. If you can do that, you can figure out the Earth isn't a ball.
Well, that's the principles of geometry, right? It's the whole idea. The foundations of mathematics is all built upon geometry, and the geometry doesn't, like, it's scalable. A straight line's a straight line, and it'll always say a straight line no matter what scale it is. A circle is just have a relationship of that radius, which is also a straight line.
I think they fuck up when they start saying like directions, like drop. When you say drop, because drop is down, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you can't have drop without count.
Mm-hmm.
So where is this down? Like we actually need this down. We can't just, and if you go down, that there's consequences, right? Like if I started digging down into the ground and I made it 50 feet down, I can't just say that I'm at the top. Right? I went down, but it was drop. It wasn't going down.
Absolutely. Have a word with Jesse Kozlowski. The ballers should be calling him up now to get him to do his presentation again. On exactly, so they all know. But I mean, I think they already know that there can be no known measurement of curvature because, for one, you can't measure curvature physically.
Yeah, you measure deviation from straight.
You would measure a 2 point. You can only the only reference you've got is from one point to another, 2 points, and everyone knows that that's a straight line. So the best you can do is a grade. Rise over run, right? The run is a horizontal distance, and the rise is a vertical distance. That gives you a grade. That's the amount of slope. So between any 2 points, the best you'll do is either horizontal or some sort of a grade as a deviation, as a slope from the horizontal. There's no curve to be measured. You're only dealing in straight lines.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Why can't, like, a mountain gets small, like, whatever, I can't see the bottom of the mountain. Yeah, okay, maybe because the ground is declined. Okay? Now, what are they going to say? Yeah, but it can't always be declining. You can't go down the decline one way and then down the decline the other way. And I'm like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you make that down decline a straight line or a curved line. It's the same principle. It can't work all the same way. It's just so crazy. They'll be like, oh, the Earth isn't perpetually downgrading to the center, right? And then you magically come back outside the other side. That's stupid, right? That's so retarded. But turn that downgrade into a slow grade, gradual curving grade. Bingo, there you go. That's the answer.
Yeah, imagine how good that trick has been, right? To get people to hear such logic that states that this is sort of, it's impossible, right? That's what you're doing. You're telling people you can't constantly drop on the surface of water. You can't keep going and always be dropping from horizontal, from your position everywhere, even when you go back to your start point. It just can't happen. But when you tell people that, there's a obvious cognitive dissonance that occurs, because that glazed look comes over their eyes, and they normally say, but it's a globe, as though that's like an answer. It's not. It's like a mantra that they just chant to themselves, and hoping that they can call other people in. Oh, look, somebody's threatening the globe model. Come help. Like, throw out the bat signal.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true.
Are you a flat earther? Like, no, I just live in reality and saying that's fucking ridiculous. You must be a flat earther. It's like, no, this is just basic logic.
Yeah, that is right. Like, that's the entire reason Flat Earth was created. So that anybody that wakes up and is just like, bro, this is all so full of shit, they can just be like, oh, what, some kind of stupid flat earther? And you're like, no, bro, I'm not trying to, like, I don't, those people are idiots. I'm saying, like, you're saying we're going down, but we're not. Oh, you're just some idiot flat earther. Yeah. You're like, bro, you're not even addressing what I'm saying. And yeah, it's crazy. It's a tactic.
But it's more so now, right? Because we are literally just coming at it from reality. Just like nobody's having an argument or anything. We're just saying, but can't you see reality? And that flat earth thing is made more ridiculous now because there's a guy, I don't know if you've heard about him, he used to call himself Ranty Flat Earth, right? As though he was a flat earther. He owned it as a badge, right? Now, that flat earther is that stupid that he was the self-proclaimed flat earth optics guru. Everybody, he said, everybody went, Ranty, look at this picture for us. We can't, no, none of us can look at pictures. You can do you can be the guy that looks at pictures. And he's seen a picture on Facebook and like now he's no longer a flat earther. I mean, that's how retarded the flat earthers are, right? That's pretty stupid. Now, I don't want to be associated with flat earthers because it's 2D. Obviously, geometrically.
You're like, all right, the aliens come, they want to play us in basketball. Who's our best basketball player? And then you pick Ranty, who's been playing basketball for 5 years, bro. 5 years has been just nailing fucking threes. And then he inbounds to their team, like at the start of the game. You're like, bro, what are you doing? Do you not know the rules? You told me the rules. Now all of a sudden you forgot everything you were speaking about for the past 5 years. It's crazy. Yeah, it is a total, like, just like mockery, you know, of the guy who spoke 5 years about how vision works, sees one picture and is like, oh, fuck everything I said for the last 5 years, or it's a ball.
It just goes to show how deep the Flat Earth Society's been in it. Like, there's no way Ranty was a Flat Earther. Ranty's Flat Earth Society. And he's just swapped sides. Because there is no different side. They're all playing the same thing. They're all just YouTube content creators causing drama so they can create some more content on YouTube. This is no different.
Yeah, it's like WWF, right? Like, Ranty is now beloved by one community, the same community that used to hate him. It was just like when Hulk Hogan went Hollywood, right? Like, all the people that loved Hulk Hogan, like, started to hate him. But all the people that hated Hulk Hogan loved him because he was now personifying everything that he used to be against.
Yeah. Yeah, you play both sides and you play both people. You get bored of one, just flip-flop to the other one. It's a long time sort of thing. Been doing it for quite a while. With what do you reckon about Ranty's drone as well? It's a bit of a controversy. We heard it on Nathan's again today. There's been a few people that have helped him get that drone, you know. Quite a few people that contributed. Nathan Oakley was saying even he had contributed. I think John Bernards earlier said he contributed to help Ranty get his drone.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't contribute money, really, not at all. But I clicked on the GoFundMe, try and get it.
You had to look at it. I had to look to see how much he was getting. Can you remember how much it was? I had something in my head that said it was like €3,000.
I thought it was like 1,500 euros.
Oh, it might be.
Is, yeah, that's like $2,300 American. Maybe more. I think maybe euros were like 2 to 1 maybe at one point.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty top-notch drone.
Oh yeah, it was a fucking. I think it was a Maverick. He was saying it was like the top of the line. Yeah, that had all the bells and whistles, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not much good if you don't use them.
That's in it. I only saw it in the unboxing, the angry unboxing.
Right? Isn't that like that just makes everything so much funnier? Right? Like, you know, oh yeah, I'm this flat earther. We got to get these drones so flat Earth can take pictures of flat Earth. Come on, people. Get the photography guy the drone, and then he takes a picture of the box and then becomes a baller before he ever uses it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he could do this. He could have done loads of stuff with this angular thing. He could have even found out what sort of height he had to go to see the mountain in the position that he wanted to see it. Oh, he could have done all of that. He could have gone fully armed. But, I mean, I'm guessing that sort of stuff, if you start looking into it too much, you realise that there's no elevation. A zero elevation change is on a horizontal plane. And it's just stuff gets smaller as it goes into the distance. Really weird that, but I mean, yeah. Cows and stuff. Calculating angles, which is fantastic.
Yeah, another great thing they think of, they're like, why can't I see the Eiffel Tower? Like, bro, how much screen resolution do you have, right? Like, you can't see the whole Earth with only, you know, one set of eyes from one point.
You are meant to be able to see the clock from the White Cliffs of Dover, the clock in Calais, I think it is. Well, I'm going to go down there and have a look, see whether we can. You'd have to have a good day. But I mean, yeah, there's loads of people looking at things with cameras, especially as with the increased technology with the lensing and all of that sort of stuff. Did you hear that they are making the best optical telescope, you know, with a proper lens? And that's going up in Hawaii soon. I think they've done the lenses over a year ago, so it should be going into making the unit by now.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So I know that I haven't been to Hawaii. I know a lot of them, the native Hawaiians were actually against a lot of that, and for a while they were able to keep like those satellite dishes off of the, you know. Because it's almost like, you know, hey, there's a place that's nice. Let's put our satellite dishes there. And they're like, yo, we don't want your fucking satellite dishes all over our island. But yeah, eventually.
Well, they said with this telescope, with these optical lenses they've got, they had like, I don't know whether is it about 1 meter or 2 meters or something. Maybe massive lenses anyway.
What are they looking for?
Well, they said. Because it was Science Girl or whatever that was going there, and she found another girl for them to talk to. So they were talking, and the other girl said, when this telescope is operational, you will be able to see a golf ball at the distance that the moon is. So I thought that'd be pretty good. Yeah, that is, isn't it? You'd be able to see.
Well, Sean Hawkins will.
Buzz Aldrin.
Sean Hawkins will be able to do the Polaris challenge with that.
Yeah, inject the meth right into his eyes, and he can see Polaris like it's right in front of him.
It'd be the Buzz Aldrin's poo bags on the moon. He'll be able to zoom in on all of that sort of stuff. Be able to see the buggy. They'll do all of that. I'm sure. Just wait for it.
It's magnification, right? They're not like getting a clearer picture. You know, this is why you can't just magnify something and it's. You ever like zoom in and it just gets all pixelated? Yeah, the exact same thing happens. Like, people.
No, there's no pixels in this. This is optics.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you ever see that digital zoom on the P900? Like, even that gets,
that's
a little
the digital.
wonky.
You've got to stay in the optic range.
Yeah, that's the 250,000 mile optic range.
Golf ball. You'll be able to see a golf ball.
Yeah, a golf ball. Yeah.
That's what they'll be doing. They'll be looking for the golf balls that they had. When they went up there playing golf. They'll be like, there it is. There it is, Buzz. Or was it Buzz? I don't think Buzz went play golf, did he? It was in the next few after that. It got a bit boring.
Yeah, they snuck them on, right?
We've driven a buggy.
They say that they snuck all this stuff on, right? Like nobody knew that they brought like golf clubs. And it's like, bro, you only have so much fuel, right? Like they did intense calculations based on the mathematical poundage of this thing, and you're just gonna smuggle like 40 more pounds on and not tell anybody.
They didn't do that. Out. Come on, that was after the fact they do those calculations. You know that. Once somebody says, hey, didn't you need to have that? And they were, oh, yeah, obviously. And they work out some sort of a calculation as to how that occurred. And, they always do the backtracking of everything. Like, because that,
Neil deGrasse
haven't
says,
you lost all of the footage and all of that sort of stuff? Well, no, it never existed. They didn't actually do that. So nobody realised that at some point somebody would go, have you not got any of the data and the tins? And don't know.
Oh,
where did they go?
Did you know the thing that they claimed they lost, they now claim they found it all?
What?
The thing that Don Petty says, we lost all the technology. Now they said we found it.
No, they
destroyed
the technology.
Well, and they couldn't have found it.
Oh,
they've got something new.
It's too painful.
They got something that was lost.
Too painful to get it.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't think he thinks it was destroyed, but I don't think it was because they say they found it.
Didn't exist in the first place.
This is just NASA. We know it doesn't exist, but NASA claim they found it.
Well,
they found something that never existed.
Yeah, well, surely we'll be back to the moon in no time then.
Yeah.
Wasn't that painful?
Well, it works both ways. The thing that doesn't exist, we destroyed it. The thing that doesn't exist, now it's found.
That story has so many holes in it. It's like worse than a spaghetti sifter. It's like, it's unbelievable.
You don't call them, what are those? Fuck, now I can't even remember what it starts with a C.
It starts with an L, liar.
I was going to say the thing that you drain pasta with, like it's a
A colander.
Strainer? Colander?
Yeah, colander. He called it. What'd you call it, SE? What do they call it in Canada? The spaghetti strainer.
A strainer, a spaghetti strainer.
That's what I call it, strainer. I'm not in Canada though.
Maybe the colander's the big one with the holes.
It is.
I just remember on Seinfeld, Kramer used to strain the sauce in the. It used to get all stuck, and then Jerry's like, "Why do you put the sauce through the strainer?" And he's like, "I like to strain the sauce."
That's how many holes their NASA story has.
Oh, yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, and that's the beauty part of it, right? Like, it gets to a point where you could say anything because what you've told them already is so ridiculous. What's a little bit more ridiculousness? Oh, the Van Allen belts. Oh, okay, yeah. Dangerous waves of whatever kill people. Unless you don't know about them. Then they're harmless.
Yeah, shout out Mr. Astronaut Bean.
Alan.
Yes, sir. Of course, they couldn't hurt us because we didn't know they were there.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding, man? And then they say like, no, he didn't mean that. You took him out of context. Well, what context did we take him out of? The guy did not know what the Van Allen radiation belts are. An astronaut, the finest of the finest, the best of the best.
Bro, the first guy on the moon, Neil Armstrong, right? When you abbreviate Neil A and then read it backwards, it's alien. Like, this is all, like, these aren't coincidences. These are all written in little jokes, little things.
Yeah, but the moment you do say that, you open yourself up for other people saying, "Oh, that sounds a bit, wow, you'll take anything." You know, I think you should leave that for other people to find on their journey.
Hey, clearly it's not proof of anything, but like, yeah, to me, it's just I just laugh at that, right? Like, you know, oh, it's just whatever. Yeah, okay, but yeah, no, to me, it's just more confirmation that this is all just some big joke, you know, and they're all just like, they got the screen in front of people.
Well, yeah, to
Yeah,
me,
now they've got UAPs declared. I mean, they used to call UFO, but now it's UAP. And there's a document coming out, I think, on the 25th of June is the report.
I'd say it's more of a psychological game at this point. And anything that you do to feed into that model, then you...
Yeah, it's all about the alien invasion. That's what it's building up to.
You're playing the game. It's not an alien invasion. There's not going to be an alien invasion. That's the psychological game that you're playing. You're building into it.
Yeah, so you have to build up. You have to say, well, yeah, these things exist now.
What? The aliens don't exist. They never have.
Well, it doesn't matter if they exist or not. Now we declare the craft exists.
I don't declare that the craft exists. I don't talk about it. Like I say, we've gone into a psychological game now that any mention of it, as far as I'm concerned, is playing into that game. You're just reinforcing something that isn't there. Soon as you delve into imagination and you can imagine something, then you've just made it real in your own head.
Yeah, that's why they hate the where you try and clarify the verbiage, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're just being semantical," and I'm like, "No, actually, you're being semantical because you're saying words and they don't clearly define them. Like, you'll say level could be a straight line, it could be a curved line. Like, we gotta get to the, you know." And they're like, "Oh, you're just," because yeah, they just want circular arguments. And when words have set meanings, there's no circular arguments, right? Like, okay, if I say this, it's clearly what I mean. But they are in the world of double talking. When you go down and then you'll come up the other side going up, anything's possible because it has to be.
They're also going to declare that the aliens live below you as well. So you'll be walking above the aliens for hundreds or thousands of years.
Who's going to declare that?
I think they've already done it.
I don't watch telly or films.
Yeah, I used to think like they were going to do the alien invasion too, but now I'm like, that's too easy, right? Like to be honest, I didn't see the invisible virus lockdown coming down. I was like, oh, that's good, you know.
Yeah, I did. You could see it. You could see it building up.
All it is the next fear thing. That's what they're doing. Fear.
Yeah, but I think people are more enamored with extraterrestrial life than they are afraid of it. Like nobody's enamored with viruses; they're just afraid of them. That's why they're so good.
Yeah, they're just lining things up. So if they want to use it, they can use it. They've done all the pre-material a few years before, so it's acceptable. Whether they use it or not, I don't know.
Would you accept it? Evening, Bright.
You alright?
Yeah. Where have you been today? Who have you been chatting to?
I've been giving them some shit, man. Give them some shit. But it's fucking wasted. I know it. I don't know why I'd do it. Complete waste of time.
Well, yeah, we were saying that.
we were saying that.
We were saying that. But we were also saying you do enjoy it, don't you? I mean, like
I do. It's like what do they call it? Oh, I forget what they call the terminology now. But it's
exhilarating.
When you make them all go quiet, you know, you'll put your point over and they just go numb for a minute, and you can hear them. They're going through their PDF file. Oh, have we got an answer for that fucker? Yeah, it's quite funny. But these people are never ever going to sway.
That's exactly what I said earlier.
Yeah, they're either totally entrenched, or they are paid to be here to push this narrative. I believe most of them are part of a
normal people doing
psyop.
You know, normal people getting in there and arguing for the ball. I can't see normal people doing
that. But here, I think what we've exposed at the minute, particularly here, is that coming at it from a reality point of view gets you attacked from two different sides.
Yeah.
There's the flat earthers and the globe earthers. Both of the model people will attack people who don't have a model. And I find that really strange. When I say attack, but I think the circularity of the argument sort of goes along with the circularity of the model, because the globe earthers are obviously obsessed with their globe model that they've got and the body of science that they sort of hold so dear, like religiously. And then you've got the flat earthers that sort of want to disprove a globe model. Like they feel like they must go against the people that have a really strong view of the model. So what they end up trying to do is trying to disprove something that isn't there. And obviously that you can't do that either. You can't disprove a falsehood because it's just not there to disprove. You can't disprove something that isn't there. So it's just around and around and around.
Prove this isn't a picture of Earth from space. Go ahead. I dare you.
Yeah. Prove it isn't something that... I don't know. Why would you want to do that?
One of my favorite, like, how am I supposed to prove something is not real? Do I interview invisible witnesses? Do I look for non-material clues? Like, isn't that right? Like, if I'm like, oh, I'm going to prove the tooth fairy's not real. I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for the tooth fairy. I'm not going to see her. I saw no tooth fairy. I'm like, does that it? Did I prove she's not real? And then I could just be like, well, you didn't look hard enough.
It's Ranty with his picture from Facebook. You know, this proves it's a globe. Prove to me that this picture doesn't prove it's a globe. It's like, what? Like, where's your calculations and your numbers and all of that sort of stuff?
Perfect example, B-ball for life. How is the sun at eye level?
Yeah, that's brilliant, that, isn't it?
How?
That's your eye level, is it?
Oh my god, I saw that earlier. I was like, what the frick? I've never seen something so stupid in my life.
Don't look through telescopes at the sun. Nobody, please, nobody ever do this. Only stupid people do that.
Like B-ball.
That's ridiculous, B-ball. You should get told off for doing that. Nobody, please don't get a magnified optical lens and look at the sun through it. You shouldn't be taking pictures through auto levels. Somebody should have taught him that. And then you do not look at the sun through a telescope or any optical device, please.
And when you think all he has, right? He has a question. He says, "Look, we both see the same thing," and we're going, "Yep, there's the sun." And then he's going, "Well, explain it." And you're like, "What's there to explain? It's right there." He's like, no. Make it a ball and spin it. I'm like, bro, what is? Well, there's nothing to explain. It's an observation. That's why they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, because you don't have to say anything. If I showed you a picture of a rabbit, I wouldn't have to be like, explain. You know, you'd be like, your brain would just say, oh, look, it's a rabbit.
I've been going back and forth with cats all day, and every time I ask him a simple question, he says, explain. I don't think you understand what a tangent line is. I'm like, oh my god, you're so retarded. I mean, you could go back and forth with him for a year, and he'll never answer a question.
Yeah, it's part of their tactic, right? Just to ask a question, because they have an answer, right? Because however ridiculous it is, right? They have something that, well, because the Earth is a ball and it spins you, and then there's the sun, the burning massive fireball that sits in the middle of nothing, and okay, it's just so ridiculous, you know. But there you go. You know, but you say, oh, it's just getting lower in the field of view, and they're like, bullshit.
I think I might.
Yeah, if you notice, John Bernard's, like, quit commenting in the landing page. I have to delete all that stuff. When you're like, unmute me, free me. I'm not your friend. I hate you. Yeah, so then anybody who joins sees all this crazy shit. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, dude, that dude's crazy. It's like, I'm not joining this server.
Oh, wait, I will join because this is a crazy rockin' place.
Right, I think I might be able to make a meme
Bro,
with that.
I gotta say, bro, John has made me just like everything about like John Bernard, even when he's not here. Like, I've laughed more at that at almost anything I can think of.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Right, he's got to be like trolling us, but he does it so good. Like he's he's so believable, right? Like there's not an ounce of like skepticism in his voice when he's like talking to the bot.
Discord's stopping you from copying pictures.
That WS is still saying that Jesse Kozlowski video debunks your meme.
Right. I think, you know when we went over the bridge, Rakir's Bridge, when we reclaimed Rakir's Bridge, Jesse said about he did some quick measurements so he could do some calculations on the plane on the way home. Well, I think that's it. I think that's the extra bit of content that he had. That's where he first got his tilt angle that he was interested in doing. He was going to start doing a series of them. He was saying it's dead easy to do, calculating tilt angles of stuff. Well, I think that's where it started, across that bayou. Because they get that water and go, ooh, that's a long way. Must curve, mustn't it? And then somebody else would go, well, yeah, we live on a globe. Must do. Do you want to do some calculations on the way home on the plane and you get a little bit bored? It just means he put you some... You know, do you know Jesse Kozlowski's got a calculator? He's got his own calculator, you know. He made it, licensed it, and all sorts. He never speaks about it. He never speaks about anything, Jesse. Come back, Jesse.
He had a patent for some crazy protractor looking thing. If you saw it, you'd realize why nobody bought it.
Bro, look what one meme could do to them. Like Mobius said, I posted that meme about half an hour ago. They're still going crazy over it.
I can't. It's not letting me do that picture. It won't let me get a screenshot.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Come on.
Oh, there you go. Where's that?
I think somebody did join. I see somebody must have been typing on the landing page again.
What? No way. Bro, that's just, oh my god, he's cracking up at John. Just going through the chat rooms trying to find one he can type in.
T-Ball's been posting globe images all day. I deleted them. Go ahead.
No, I'll just say that people either type in the landing page or want them to or in the live chat.
I'm sure he's threatened to kill you for it.
Not many times, yeah. Oh, he said all kinds of things to me.
Did he leave today? I had to drop for a while.
He wasn't keen on me going live. It was too much for him to take. You know, he has to be sensible and not square when try thinking live's on.
Sounds about right.
That's the thing when you learn a foreign language. The first thing you learn is cuss words, isn't it? I mean, that's everybody does that.
Chinga tu madre.
I think I'll have a north side nug. Let's see what we can do here.
Being attacked by gnats. Oh my god. Crazy.
Surprised you're not listening to Brandon's. They have such good content.
I'm live streaming now, so I can't.
Okay.
You still live streaming?
Yeah.
I thought you wrapped it up earlier when Flatzoid left or whatever.
No, I thought I'd leave it on for a bit. It is thinning
That's
out
cool.
now. There's some people watching, so I don't know. Not that we're doing much.
Yeah.
We're just having a chat. We can go over what we're going to go over and then give these people that are, loyal fans that we can give them an inside track on where we're going.
Well, you know what I want to do?
You want to go to...
The
book,
tangent?
Book 11, the no tangent.
Let's do tangent to
Raymond.
horizontal.
Hey, Rumpus.
That's sounds like we could write a song about that. Ballers say the craziest. Pull all those quotes. Song. Yeah.
Oh, I want to get sensible in there, but I can't.
Oh, too bad.
I can't get your north side nug in as well.
That's not me. That's a turban nug.
Yeah. I think it might have your face underneath it.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not. Yeah, the nug. And I've got SE in here as well.
I would claim the turban, though. I would claim that part.
There you go.
Bernard Riemann. 1826, 1866. Ironically, he was born at the same time as hyperbolic, they say.
Yeah, because when you look into it, right, what they do is a little bit before they get what they want, they say, "Hey guys, wouldn't it be a good exercise within geometry for us to mess about with things and see what the limits are?"
Yes. Right here. Listen to this real quick. Oh, right here. Although hyperbolic geometry needed only to contradict the parallel postulate, spherical geometry doesn't get off so easy. There are 3 changes in Euclid's axiomatic system necessary to successfully create spherical geometry. Remember that lines in Euclidean geometry are great circles in spherical geometry. Wow, this is good stuff.
Where'd you find that? I've read that before.
I posted it earlier. I posted again, man. This is really
but
good.
I think when I that a couple months ago, I think I remember reading that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you post it at?
I am posting it in live chat. I think everyone should read this and then cross-reference. How long is it? I don't know. I'm just reading a little bit here.
Because I found a few websites when I was looking up the different like that, digging into it. Amazing. In that book I do a couple times over.
Oh yeah. I only got through that one, I think. Lines of Euclidean geometry, they're great circles of spherical geometry, and then there's two others. All lines have the same finite length. They can't have an infinite line on a sphere. All perpendiculars to a straight line must meet at the same point. Huh. That is crazy. Wow, that is a real train wreck.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said, they do tell you what they're doing. You know, like there's no lies about it. They have told you that that's what's necessary in order to achieve whatever they want, and that's what they do. And everything from then on would be backtracked.
It's so funny. You got to read all these. The intersection of two distinct lines is always 2 points because they're frickin' circles.
Antipodal. That's what I said to Data the other day. The two lines will always intersect antipodally.
Yeah,
they're the
2
rules
points.
that they have to play by, right?
Rectangles do not exist. Oh man.
Yeah. That's why that's one of
Crazy.
our things. Like, have you seen the definition of a square in spherical geometry, anyone? Have you seen it? Was it there?
There are no parallel lines.
Yeah, that's why I always made the analogy of picking for a Uno deck in a Monopoly game. I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm having that wild card to get out of 3.
Yeah, that's really not a big article, I guess. I want to see more now.
That's why you get people saying stupid stuff like turds.
Making stupid shit up on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Problem, man. The tangents, curved tangents, turd. Having that.
Yeah, spherical geometry is just study of figures on the surface of a sphere, such as spherical triangle and spherical polygon, as opposed to the type of geometry studied in plane geometry or solid geometry.
Yeah, when they say a polygon, you have to take the proviso that two straight lines will intersect antipodally. So that's what they're talking about with spherical polygon, right? It's you have to have already agreed to the terms.
There's really nothing much to it. It's not even. It's just the shortest, little, stupidest thing ever.
Do you like this? Put it in the live chat for you.
Be sensible.
Please don't look at the sun through optical instruments.
There's another good spherical geometry thing. You can study spherical geometry and be an expert in it in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like putting my mind in those places, though, right?
Yeah, it's mind warping. It's not even. I don't know. It's just like
Yeah,
it's good to understand.
He's going easy on you, Cleary. 'Cause I did the same thing. And got shut.
Yeah. It's like step one. Imagine this is a straight line, but it's a circle. Yeah, but imagine it's a straight line, but it's a circle. Yeah, but just imagine it's a straight line. It's a circle. It's like I can't get past that, and that, you know, in order to go any further in spherical geometry, you have to take that on board, and I can't. Just my brain won't go.
No, but like,
yeah, all right then.
Look
Go
at
on
that
then, for a bit. Like, no.
Look at that link right there. That brilliant link. It's 1 page. That's it. There's nothing more to say about it. There's
All
absolutely
of them
nothing
like
more.
that, though. I've looked at 5 or 6 websites that go through that same thing, and it's never more than a couple of scroll downs. They lay it out for you. They change the rule, or 3 of the rules, and I remember the time I looked at spherical X. It was like just quit. That's why the last time somebody brought it up, I was like, they got a calculation. I was like, I'll give you $1 if you can make sense of any of that. The formula, because it's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, I've got some of the numbers and some of the stuff. I mean, Jesse can't talk about it because it's absolutely ridiculous. Do you want to chuck that thing over there for B-ball, SE? Go and send him that. Say, please don't fucking do that. Public. We should have put a public warning on it. I mean, it does need a public warning thing on it. Warning signs.
I don't know if y'all not probably talking to me, were you? Because I wasn't here for a minute.
Yeah, I know. I'm after a warning sign for don't look at the bright lights in the sky through optical.
Anybody check in on Brandon's? Is it anything free balling Wednesday or something?
I'm sure they've got a globe killer. Solar noon or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Anybody want to jump in moderator chat real quick? Just like real quick. I'll be there.
I can't. I'm streaming. I'll have to shut the stream down.